This is Lego Salamander with the layer changing gimmick. Its full combo is Lego Salamander, Swirl, Operate. To start, you have your octagonal base with a turntable here and 4 of these pillars. The first pattern of contact is comprised of these 1x1 brackets with these facing out and one of these slopes. So we put them around here. And that's all for the base layer. And then this is where we fit in the salamander top. So as you can see here, it's got that salamander color, which was honestly really hard to do in Lego. I don't think there's many Lego pieces with that color, so I had to paint it on instead. Of course, all around, we've got that trans black that has the feel, and overall with these 1x2 brackets, got a pretty normal left spinning design. So going back to the turntable mentioned earlier, you should be able to fit this part onto that to be able to turn it to change modes. So we have 8-blade mode and 4-blade mode. Just so you know, this is only possible with the help of the turntable having resistance as to make sure that the wings don't change during battle. As you can see here, it's got quite some resistance. Of course, if you notice all this empty space, that's where the weight is going to have to go. So we'll put these small metal nuts around here. Secure them in place with these 1x1 studs with metal washers. And then add a 4th set of larger nuts on top. Put the top on and you're good to go. 4-blade, 8-blade. The bottom is a continuation of the weight due to the fact that the salamander with all this weight that's presented on the layer just isn't heavy enough. So to make it competitive, I had to glue these nuts down here because there simply isn't any room on the top to do so. Of course, this is totally optional and you do not have to do these with your bed. And finally, we have the driver Operate. In its basic form, Operate comprises of basically like this pinhole thingy that's slightly rounded to create better defense. So as you see here, this is normal mode, and with this pin, there's a lot of things that you can attach on, but for the sake of simplicity, this will have 2 extra modes apart from standard mode. One item you can add is simply a 1x1 tile. Putting it on here, it'll make a slight protrusion outwards and free spins, and I'll call this the bump mode since it makes slight hops. Of course, the Operate driver is known for full-on hopping, which is why we have the jump mode, one of these bigger bumps out here. Once you put it on, it'll make the driver have a much farther point of contact, making the bay jump much more. So, in total, Lego Salamander weighs 41.5 grams, so pretty light as I mentioned before, but it does have a relatively high outwards weight distribution to make up for it. So now let's take it to test battle. Test launch, 4-winged defense mode. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Bump mode. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Finally, the moment you've all been waiting for, jump mode. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Alright, now let's do some test battles. First versus Satan. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Ooh, some great attacks from Salamander, but Satan bursted it eventually. Now we're going 8-wing defense mode. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Lastly, we're gonna go bump mode versus Hyperion. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Ooh, that was such a quick knockout. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Not again. Salamander's just too lightweight. Alright, so that concludes the end of the tutorial. Salamander, I'd say, is quite an awesome bay. And I spent eons designing this and stuff. making it perfect. But even with the extra metal I added, it is pretty lightweight. The jumps are really exciting, like especially with bump mode and the jump mode. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Legobeyz out.